You fall asleep just fine, but every single night, right around 2 o'clock or 3 a.m., your eyes snap open. Your heart is pounding, your mind starts racing, and you can't get back to sleep. You think you have severe insomnia or an anxiety disorder. But what if I told you that your brain is actually fine, and your body is just waking you up to save your life from a blood sugar crash? Today, we are exposing the 3 a.m. sleep secret. This video is for educational purposes only. Chronic insomnia can be a symptom of severe depression, anxiety, or thyroid issues. Please consult with a healthcare provider or a sleep specialist if your insomnia is impacting your daily functioning or mental health. And if this happens to you, I want to validate something important. It feels terrifying. You wake up with a racing heart, a surge of adrenaline, and this immediate thought that something is wrong with your mind. But in many cases, this is not a brain problem first. It is a physiological alarm signal. That is why sleep medications often miss the mark here. They may make you more sedated, but they do not address the trigger that caused the wake up in the first place. If the body is being pushed into an emergency response at 3 a.m., sedating the symptom does not correct the underlying signal. So the real question is not, why is my mind broken? The better question is, why is my body sounding an alarm in the middle of the night? In the next section, we are going to look at the biology behind that alarm, starting with liver glycogen, blood sugar stability, and why a nighttime crash can wake you up in a panic. Now let's talk about what is actually happening while you sleep, because this is where the entire 3 a.m. mystery starts to make sense. Sleep is not a dead, inactive state. It is an intensely active repair cycle. Your brain is consolidating memory, regulating mood, clearing metabolic waste, and coordinating hormones. And all of that takes energy. One of the most important fuels for that overnight process is glucose. Your brain depends heavily on it, and because you are not eating for hours during the night, your body has to maintain a stable supply internally. That is why the liver becomes so important. Think of the liver as your body's nighttime fuel bank. During the evening and early part of the night, it releases stored glucose from glycogen in a slow, controlled way to help keep blood sugar stable until morning. If that system works well, you sleep through the night without drama. But if that fuel pattern becomes unstable, the body starts to wobble. And one of the most common reasons is an overly aggressive blood sugar swing after dinner. A meal that is very high in refined carbohydrates or sugar can cause a fast spike in blood glucose, followed by a sharper drop later when insulin has done its job. That matters because your body does not experience the night as one long uninterrupted block. It experiences it in phases. In the earlier part of the night, you may still be coasting on the energy of dinner. But as the hours pass, the liver has to take over more of the work. If your glycogen reserve is not being used in a stable way, or if blood sugar falls too far, the system can become unstable by the middle of the night. This is why some people wake up like clockwork at 2 o'clock or 3 a.m. It is often the point where the body's overnight blood sugar support is no longer smooth enough to stay invisible. The drop may be subtle, but the nervous system notices it. And once the body senses that glucose is becoming too low, it does not wait politely. It begins the rescue sequence. That rescue sequence is designed to protect you, but it can also pull you out of sleep. This is the key point. Many people assume the problem is that they are bad sleepers, but the deeper issue may be that their overnight fuel curve is too volatile. In functional medicine terms, we are looking at metabolic stability, not just sleep hygiene. So when I say the liver is central to sleep, I do not mean the liver is making you sleepy or awake in isolation. I mean, the liver is one of the main systems responsible for keeping your overnight biology steady enough that the brain can stay in a restorative state. When that support breaks down, sleep becomes fragile. This is also why two people can eat the same dinner and have completely different nights. One person may have excellent insulin sensitivity and a smooth glucose curve. Another may have a sharper spike, a bigger dip, and a more dramatic 3 a.m. wake up. The difference is not always psychological. It can be biochemical. The good news is that this gives us a real target. Instead of blaming yourself for overthinking or assuming you are broken, you can begin asking, how do I support a steadier nighttime glucose curve so my body does not need to interrupt sleep? That question leads directly to the practical solution, because once you understand the biology, the next step is not fear. It is strategy. And the strategy starts with giving your body a better fuel signal before bed. Now we get to the part that explains why a blood sugar dip can feel exactly like a panic attack. When glucose drops too low, the brain reads that as a threat. It does not care whether you are stressed, in the emotional sense. It cares that fuel is becoming insufficient. In response, the body activates a survival system through the HPA axis and the adrenal glands. Two of the main rescue signals are adrenaline and cortisol. Their job is simple: raise blood sugar fast enough to protect the brain. Adrenaline is the reason your eyes snap open. It increases alertness, speeds up heart rate, and creates that sudden jolt of something is wrong. Cortisol helps the liver release more glucose into the bloodstream so the body can recover from the dip. This is why the experience feels so intense. You are not just thinking anxious thoughts. Your body has entered emergency mode. The racing heart, the shaky feeling, the dread, and the wide-awake sensation are all consistent with a stress hormone rescue response. The important part is this: the alarm is protective, but it is also disruptive. It may save you from a deeper blood sugar crash, yet it can still pull you out of sleep and leave you feeling exhausted the next day. So when someone says, "I wake up at 3 a.m. with panic," we should not jump straight to, "It is only anxiety." Sometimes the body is trying to correct a metabolic imbalance, and the anxiety is the byproduct of that correction. That is why the next step is not to fight your body. It is to give it a steadier fuel pattern so the rescue system does not have to fire in the middle of the night. So how do we support the body instead of fighting it? The goal is not to sedate yourself harder. The goal is to stabilize the nighttime glucose curve so the brain never has to trigger the emergency alarm in the first place. One of the simplest functional medicine strategies is giving the body a slow-burning fuel source before bed, not sugar. Not dessert, the exact opposite, a small combination of healthy fat and protein. Why fat and protein? Because they digest more slowly and help create a steadier release of energy overnight. Instead of a rapid glucose spike followed by a crash, the body gets a more gradual fuel pattern. This is what I call the functional nightcap. About 30 minutes before bed, try something small and balanced. A handful of raw almonds, a spoonful of sugar-free almond or peanut butter, or a few slices of avocado with sea salt. The key is keeping it light and metabolically supportive. You are not eating a second dinner. You are giving the liver a more stable fuel reserve so it does not have to panic at 3 a.m. Many people notice that when the nighttime curve becomes steadier, the sudden wake-ups become less intense and less frequent. The body no longer needs such a dramatic cortisol and adrenaline response. You should also pay attention to what happens at dinner. Extremely high sugar desserts, alcohol, or refined carbohydrates late at night can create a more volatile overnight glucose response in some individuals. This is not about perfection. It is about creating a more stable metabolic environment for restorative sleep. Small adjustments in fuel timing and food composition can sometimes make a surprisingly meaningful difference. And once you combine these nutritional strategies with targeted sleep-supportive compounds, you create a much stronger overnight recovery protocol. That is exactly what we will cover next. Now, here is the bigger strategy. The goal is not just to avoid a crash. It is to create a nighttime environment where blood sugar, stress hormones, and sleep chemistry all work together instead of against each other. For some people, that starts with the functional nightcap we just discussed. For others, it also means adding targeted botanical support that is designed to help maintain healthy glucose metabolism and support calm, restorative sleep architecture. That is the idea behind a dual-action protocol. Support overnight glucose stability first, and support the nervous system second. When those two pieces work together, the 3 a.m. wake-up pattern may become much less disruptive. This is also why some people look for a premium sleep and blood sugar formula like GlucoTrust. The concept is simple. A formula that is designed to support healthy blood sugar balance while also including calming botanicals that may help you relax into deeper sleep. I want to be very clear. No supplement replaces a full evaluation if your sleep problems are persistent, severe, or getting worse. But as part of a broader nighttime routine, a targeted formula may be one piece of the puzzle. So the protocol is simple. Stabilize dinner. Use a small protein and fat nightcap if needed. Then, if appropriate, add clinically oriented support to help your body stay balanced through the night. This content is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. If you have persistent insomnia, repeated 3 a.m. awakenings, panic symptoms, depression, anxiety, thyroid concerns, diabetes, or prediabetes, please speak with a qualified healthcare provider or sleep specialist. That matters because the right answer depends on your full medical picture. Check the link in the description for the Nocturnal Blood Sugar and Sleep Optimization Blueprint. And remember, the real goal is not to force sleep. It is to support the biology that allows sleep to happen naturally.